Hello everyone, it's James here for the Kimbley IT October 2020 update. We started the month with a fantastic podcast. Our guest was Richard DeVere from the Anti-Social Engineer. He focuses on social engineering to attack businesses and individuals and show them where their weaknesses are so they can learn how to get better, how businesses can get better, more security, and how individuals don't get tricked into giving away data that they shouldn't do. It's a really good episode. It's actually the longest episode we've ever done. Kyle and Richard had a fantastic chat in the middle of it, so you should definitely go and listen to that one. So go subscribe to the Kimbley IT podcast and go and listen to the Richard DeVere episode, which was 2 episodes ago. So that was episode 68, I believe, or it might be 67. But anyway, it's in the description, and definitely listen to that episode. Brilliant episode. Because of COVID, we can't go and visit clients anymore. We used to visit them sometimes once a month, sometimes quarterly, depending where they are. Yeah, if they're far away from Birmingham, then they don't get visitors as regularly, but they still get visits. But because of COVID, we can't do that anymore. So we've introduced an IT support catch-up video call. Some clients have it monthly, some have it quarterly, and it's just to get together. Everyone in the company is invited into this video call, and they get to chat with myself or Kyle and tell us anything they want to discuss about IT-wise. We often find that there's always small questions people have that they don't think it's worth getting in contact about, and usually you pick those up when you're walking around the office and just having a general chat with the end users to see how they're finding things. And this video call has replaced that conversation, so that they find that actually when someone mentions something, someone else might have the same question as well, but they just hadn't spoken to each other inside the company, so they never knew they both had exactly the same question. But when you have the video call, it's out there and they can all put it out there and we come back with answers for them. It can be support issues. That's unlikely, and that support is a very small part of what we do. The vast majority will be people asking us how to do things better. A lot of it's around Google Meet and video calling, because naturally that's what everyone does now. So it's just knowing how to use them and get the best out of those tools. And that's what we can give them with these video call chats. But it's a discussion about anything IT related, and they get answers to them. And they've gone down really well, actually. They've all enjoyed it. The ones we've done it with so far have all enjoyed it. We've got lots scheduled in, so some haven't had the experience yet. But the ones that have, it's been a great experience for them. So Google Voice is the telephone element of Google Workspace. And lots of clients are moving to Google Voice. They're ditching their old telephone systems. Problem with old telephone systems are they stay the same. So the day you sign that contract for 5 or 7 years, with your current telephone provider, your legacy telephone provider, everything stays the same. You have the same desktop phone for that 7 years. You have the same features, nothing gets better. Google Voice is different, so there's no contracts. It's a monthly thing, so you can add and remove users whenever you want. But the thing is, because it's by Google and it's part of Google Workspace, it gets new features added to it all the time. And now, lots of clients are moving to Google Voice because it's now got hunt groups in there, or ring groups as they're called in Google Voice. And that was a missing element, but that's now there. So all our clients that were waiting have now moved across. One thing that we've done that we haven't normally done, we always want people to use their mobile phones for Google Voice or their laptop, because a desktop phone is really antiquated in our opinion. It's just a device that sits on your desk and it doesn't do anything apart from pick up and receive calls, but you're not always at your desk anymore, so it's not the greatest thing. But we did deploy a load of desk phones for one client because they're in a medical environment, and there are some types of environments where desk phones make sense. So for example, they need to make sure that there's a phone in certain locations, so if there's a medical emergency, someone can run to that phone and they know that the phone's going to be there. Of course, if it's a mobile or a laptop, someone else could have walked off with the device. So there are definitely some places where a desktop phone is necessary, but for a normal person working or used to work in an office but now working from home, a desktop phone is really not the device to be using. It should be using a mobile phone with, in this case, the Google Voice app installed, or using it inside Gmail, using your microphone and your headset that you use for your video calls, which you can also use for making telephone and calls and receiving them and making them via Gmail. It's a really great system, Google Voice is. Everyone's moved to it, everyone's loved it so far, and it just works out the box. It's fantastic. The final thing we did in October is I actually outsourced our paid advertising. I used to do it the whole time, and I still do the writing of the ads and the copy and all that kind of stuff. I enjoy that part, and I used to enjoy doing the whole of Google ads, Microsoft ads, LinkedIn ads, all that kind of stuff. But I got to the maximum of my knowledge, and I didn't want to spend any more time learning all the new features and stuff that come out on it, and I just wasn't enjoying it as much anymore. working out the bid amounts, doing all this kind of stuff. It just wasn't as enjoyable as it used to be. So that part I've now given to a chap called Mark, who is looking after the, I guess you could say, the analytical side of the Google Ads and doing all the reports and doing the bidding and doing all the keyword management and all that kind of stuff. As I said, I'm still doing the copywriting, but I've just got rid of the part that I don't like. That's been delegated away from me to somebody who loves it, who's really good at it. And I'm looking forward to seeing all the results that we're going to get from these new ads, because we've been doing them for decades. So I'm pretty good at understanding how it works and how to get the reports and how to get the results and get the conversions that you need. But now handing it to someone else to look after that is kind of nice, and I don't have to deal with that part anymore. Apart from just keeping an eye on it, I don't need to deal with that anymore. But that's basically a roundup of what we've been up to in October, and November's looking great. We've had a new client come on, but I'm going to hold all that stuff for November's update video. So keep liking, keep subscribing, and I'll speak to you next month. Thank you. Bye bye.